Hello, YouTube fam. It's your Uncle Tim. It's Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. The government is scared right now. They're scared that the people are finally waking up. People are starting to see that we live on a stage. There are actors playing every damn where. They're playing all in our damn face. They think we're stupid. They're talking to us about the income tax, saying that they're about to actually get rid of it. The IRS is going bye-bye. And we're going to give the money back to the people. And people are like, yeah, and he's listening to us and he's one of us. No, he's not. See, once they get rid of something, they're going to replace it with something else. So this 120-page document, which is a bill which will be a tax soon, once they get rid of the income tax. This actual tax is like, I think 22%. It's a sales tax. So this tax is a national tax that goes all around the U.S. But it's not actually 22%. There's some other things that if you add up, it all adds up to 30%. So just imagine if you bought something that was $100, you'd be paying $30 in taxes. Yeah. See, you're not getting that. You're not understanding. They're taking something from you, but they're replacing it with something that you cannot benefit from. And, they're talking about getting rid of payroll taxes and stuff like that. So are you saying that we're going to become independent contractors like Uber and Lyft? Well, we would have to report our own taxes and things like that? In most cases, independent contractors don't have benefits. Are you following me? Are you getting this? See, a lot of your unions, well, our unions, done sold us out a long time ago. See, the unions basically vote most of the time on what's best for the company. They tell you is what's best for the employee. They lying their ass off. Because, see, when they behind those doors, some people conform to what the company is saying. There are certain companies out there who haven't gave their employee raises in 5 years. But see, a lot of things that a lot of people are forgetting, a lot of these companies now in certain states are having you to file, to actually fill out a non-complete clause if you get employed with them. So just imagine if your McDonald's had you to do that. So if you left McDonald's, you can't go over there even if Wendy's is paying you more. Just think about how these companies are getting over. See, we are slave labor. We don't have minds. Home ownership was a dream that they promised. They promised us a dream, a house, picket fence, a kid, a dog, and a significant other, living our best life. Then once we retire, they promised us this thing called a pension. You can go ride off, and most people get their Cadillacs. Back in the day, 70s and 80s, they got the Cadillacs and rode off into the sunset, down south to Mississippi, Alabama, where they would go and live, or in Florida at the particular time in the 70s or 80s, when Florida was actually a retirement place. Not what it is now. Back in the 70s and 80s, Florida was a place where retirees would go to retire, which in actuality, that was a smart thing. Now they turn Florida into everything for everybody. The people who were there in those 55 plus communities, they're moving because they no longer could afford Florida. So they move into Alabama and Mississippi. Now think about it. Alabama and Mississippi lack the infrastructure to bring these people in there. Think about it. Me and you may make more if we work remote than go to Mississippi. And Mississippi, people can't afford what we doing. So it's going to drive the cost of living up. And a lot of these retirees with fixed incomes is driving the economy up, man. I want you to sit back and get on this roller coaster with me. See, you know, a lot of times when people listen to this, they say, Unc, you talking make believe. Look at all of these homes now. There's so many of them sitting empty. That American dream became a nightmare. Think about it. You used to get a pension when you retired. Now they're talking about a 401k, whereas you put money in and we match at a certain percentage. Now think about it. They haven't did shit for you. You're working your ass off. You're hoping and praying that, you know, you live, you know, to be a certain age. The average life expectancy is, to be honest, once you retire, you die. Because you serve no purpose no longer. You know, you're sitting still and you're not trying to do anything. But I want you to understand some other things. What we're doing here is actually perpetuating a system where people are getting more and more, you know, greedy. You know, the rich is getting greedy, man. Now, home ownership supposed to be this thing that we all supposed to aspire to, man. We supposed to sat down and, you know, wanted this idea. Now people looking at it like, man, why the hell would I buy a $500,000 home? It don't make sense. You know, then they found out that a lot of people who did these home inspections, these home inspectors, you know how you put something down on a home and you ask for a home inspection? You come to find out that some of these people are fucking lying. They're telling you that the home is good. You get in there and the home falling apart as soon as you get in there. Oh, they can't check in walls. Yes, they can. There's equipment now that they can check through the walls and see, you know, they're supposed to check the roof. They're supposed to check the electricity. They're supposed to check the plumbing, the water, you know, the circuit breakers, or, you know, or whatever you have there. They're supposed to check the lines coming in the home. They're supposed to check all this shit. You get there and you come to find out once you bought this home wasn't even really truly inspected. Now all of a sudden, you stuck with a lemon. Now see, you come to find out some of these home inspectors are on a take. Some of them are in cahoots with certain companies, man. And this is why you got to pay attention, man. The game is fucking rigged. And I want you to actually think about it. This is rigged. It's been rigged for a long time. This is why I say you getting out here buying these homes. People like, man, see, you just a hater. You can't afford a home, so you don't want to see nobody else with something. That ain't it. Brother, I love you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you be the best that you can be. That's what I want for you. I don't want to see you fail. That ain't my thought process or anything like that. I want to see you win. I want to see you understand that when you look out here and they tell you that the DEI hires is the reason why Tennessee don't got lights on, and why, you know, a couple of people died from generator deaths because, you know, they were using generators to, you know, power their home and they got carbon monoxide poisoning. But you trying to blame this on DEI in Tennessee? How many black people in Nashville any damn way? Not that many. What's happening there is people don't want to do the damn jobs. They don't want to cut the trees, you know, with ice on them. They don't want to do this and that, but they want to blame it on everybody, bro. What's happening across this country is we realize that pointing the finger at everybody else keeps us from pointing the finger at our damn self. If that make any sense. We've been so used to pointing the fingers at other people and blaming them. Now you can't blame no damn body. Now with these DI hire jobs, there's no more people who are basically minorities and stuff like that getting jobs, because DEI hire encompasses a few things. You got women, which are DEI hires. You got veterans. You got minorities. You have a small percentage of the LGBTQ community. And I want you to understand, DEI hire, that's just a term. You see what happened to Walmart as. You see what happened to Target as. You know, they trying to roll back that shit because, see, it started at the fact that bottom line. See, once you start getting funny about shit and froggy, people start looking at you and saying, hey, pay attention. And people are doing just what? Paying attention. They starting to look at what the hell you talking about. Understand, the reason why this country is falling apart, it's not just the people. It's the people who are in control. They're basically limiting resources. We're getting shit. Dude, we're doing all the work. We're paying for all this shit that don't even matter. You know, they're in Indiana fighting over the rate hikes on that natural gas. The gas prices in Indiana in this one city, I forgot what it was, shit damn near double. And they going to fuck off over there. You know, during the summer with the electricity, that shit doubled. And I'm like, it shouldn't double. It should go up, but not double. The prices should go up, but not double. Oh, people are using so much. And I'm like, how big is this damn city? See, this is the thing they don't want you to see. It's all a scam. It's getting you to pay more and actually get less. Think about it. Look at the car dealerships. Bro, let's talk about car dealerships for a minute. Let's get on that. Car dealerships, remember you can buy a car back in 1970 for $5,000? Oh, and I want to throw this out there. You could buy a house for $10,000 in 1970. You didn't know that? You could buy a house for $10,000 and a car for $5,000. Just imagine. You know, people were like, man, but, you know, my mom and dad hadn't bought homes, you know, or the highest home was around $20,000, you know, for, you know, middle class and under. You know, there were homes way more than that. But I want you to think about everything that we're talking about here. When we get to cars, look at cars. Cars were $5,000. You could used to buy a used car for about $500. $300, $700 in the paper. Now you see a used car in a newspaper. No, they don't want nothing less than like 10 grand. Car got 200,000 miles on it. You like, the fuck? Like, you trying to think to yourself, are they stupid? You know, because this don't make no damn sense. But what's going on here is everybody feel I should get what I paid for just about. And that ain't no happen. People ain't for that no more. You go to a dealership now, and they running all these scams on you. They telling you that you didn't qualify for this type of loan through this company or that company. They're going to do an in-house loan for you, but it's going to be higher. So you say, oh, no, I'm out. And people like, you can't leave a dealership. Yes, you fucking can. You walk the fuck out of there. I'm going to go somewhere else. Then you go to another dealership and you try the same finance and they try, and they say, yes, you was approved for that. So what that dealership was doing, it was trying to get you to do a higher percentage where they can make more money. I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the day, these people ain't your fucking friends. You are there to get the best deal you can. But buying a brand new car right now is a fucking pipe dream. Look at the price of SUVs. When we were buying an SUV, they were like 30, 40,000. That same SUV now is 50 to 60,000. Same damn features. Nothing different. You can't bring electric vehicles from China to the United States because they won't allow that shit. Because those vehicles charge faster and they hold a charge longer. A lot of the shit that we got here is for show. None of this stuff really works. We are given like rebates if you go buy an electric vehicle, you know, a certain amount of thousands. And, you know, people who actually got some of these electric vehicles are complaining that the motors go out. It's cold. They don't want to start up. And, you know, and you're sitting here thinking like, that shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to jump it. I don't know if you could jump an electric vehicle that I know of. Shit, I didn't really look too much into it, but I want you to think about it. All this stuff I want you to think about how it's all going to work out over a period of time. We've been looking at a lot of things lately, and I think a lot of people haven't paid attention too much to anything. I think we've been paying attention to what we want to pay attention to. Ford F-150 base price anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000. What the hell is the difference now with a Ford 159? Ford F-150. What's the difference? What do you get from it? Nothing. It's the same damn vehicle. Remember that vehicle was cheaper back in the day, like 60, 70,000? Dude, people ain't buying this shit like they used to. Well, let me stop. People are. And people are being in debt with this shit. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to own a whole bunch of shit that ain't good for me. You thinking about what I'm thinking about? Dude, I stopped talking to people. I stopped getting into that. I stopped trying to tell people to look at the bigger picture. I stopped telling people instead of buying a brand new ass car, get you a used car where you could pay that car off. And it's yours. And people are like, man, I don't want nobody else's shit. I don't want this. I want a brand new car where I don't have to pay for nothing to get nothing fixed. Then all of a sudden you got this brand new car and it's giving you more problems than the used fucking car. Why? There are such things as limits. And sometimes you get this type of stuff. You don't always get, a damn good car. Sometimes you get a problematic car. You got people doing the damn work who sometimes do horrible jobs putting shit together. Man, the car industry is so different now. But I'm going to do an in-depth video on that period. We're going to go in-depth. I just wanted to name some things. They're getting rid of the used car lots. Man, there were hundreds around where the fuck I'm at. There were so many. Dude, I used to pass by so many damn used car lots, and I'm thinking, man, people be looking for these specialty type of old sports cars. They be sitting in these damn lots because nobody buying them, right? I drive by there one day and the damn lot gone completely. I drive by another lot, it's gone. I drove by one yesterday, it's gone. And I'm like, damn, what's happening? I was telling my wife about that. She said, think about it. With used cars, once you buy them, that's it. Think about it. If you bought a used car for $3,000, that's your car. You ain't owing nobody anything else. They can't get no more out of you. But with them brand new cars, they could get so much out of you. Why do you think with now they trying to get you with the remote start? Like with the Mazda, they charge you $10 a month to use that feature. I'm like, shit, you could take that motherfucker off. I can get a third-party remote start. What are we doing? Where are we going with this shit, bro? You could get a third party to do that shit. See, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. There's so many people that do shit now. So let's catapult a little further. Now I want you to think about a lot of stuff that's happening. I was talking to you about restaurants at one point in time and how these restaurants are closing. Last year they closed like 700 McDonald's. I forgot how many Wendy's and how many Burger Kings, but they're closing restaurants. Why? Because people are becoming conscious. People are starting to think health-wise. People are starting to look at, I don't got the money for that shit. Like I told you, one of the biggest things that people have noticed is people using layaway to buy food and groceries. When I say food, I'm talking about like fast food. Groceries, stuff from like, the grocery store. And people are noticing, when I say people, I'm talking about the powers that be, like the government. They're starting to notice people are using Klarna more. And Klarna on damn near any simple thing from trips and all of that. But trips are down. Vacations are down. A lot of people with no jobs ain't trying to go on no fucking vacation. What do you need a vacation from? You trying to pay your damn bills. You're not trying to think of other ways to go somewhere else, and when you come back, your ass more depressed. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, if my roof needed to get fixed, and I'm gonna just say it costed $5,000, not a whole roof, but just a fix, what you think I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna go on a trip for $5,000. Even though, I would love, but sometimes if a $5,000 trip get you going for a week or two, we just say 2 weeks. Certain places could get you going for 2 weeks. When you come back, that once $5,000 problem may become a $10,000 problem. You could have nipped that shit in the butt a long time ago, but guess what? That ain't what happened. What's happening right now, man, we're running into problems that we didn't want to address. Now we got to address these damn problems, man, and they're starting to get worse, man, and people are starting to notice that shit is not what it was before. I want you to think about something. Man, these bills have got you going crazy. And I know everybody not going through the same problems. I know people will sit back and ask me, hey, why do you be talking about this stuff? I don't know nobody going through none of this. I don't know what you talking about. Brother, I catch the train. I see more and more homeless people now. People becoming homeless. I see a lot of black people on the train, homeless black people. Now I'm starting to see a lot of homeless Hispanic people on the train. Now I'm starting to see a lot of homeless white people on the train. What I'm trying to tell you is homelessness has no color. And I want you to think about it again. Once you start really thinking about it, once you get out of your comfort zone and start looking at shit for what it is, you start realizing, oh shit, I got it good. I'm gonna shut up. I realized a while back, I got it good. I got a job. I got my health. Sometimes it's failing and, sometimes, my back is hurting. Things are not what it's supposed to be. And I'm starting to realize that, maybe, some things are not what they're supposed to be, man. But guess what? I'm looking at it and I said, I'm going to work on it. But what I want you to work on is the biggest thing. Paying attention. Pay attention. They're talking about the retirement age. They want to push that back. They want to push the retirement age. I think it's what, 66, 67 now? I don't even know, between 65 and 67. They want to push it back to 70. The life expectancy, not even fucking 70 years. The average person don't live to be older than 70. Name some people that's 70 or older. There's some people off the top of your head, but you just can't go down the list. Be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Be able to name like 3 people. You'd be like, damn, but think about it. Yes, I do know people that I work with who are in their 70s that's working. Dude, I'm a firm believer in stop playing. Bruh, stop fucking playing. If you could retire right now, retire. The way how this system is going, you might want to do it now than later. And, at my job, they said, why is there so many people retiring now? This is the biggest group that I have ever seen. There are so many people retiring because they can. And, they see the writing on the wall, bro. If you see the writing on the wall and every damn thing changing, they telling you jobs going to become scarce, you even got banks closing, bro. Man, I seen a couple of banks closing. Also, I was listening to this guy saying that the bank tried to steal his money. He said he opened the account. And he said he opened it at the branch online. And he said he put some money in. And they said it's going to take his card like 7 to 10 days to come. And he was okay with that. He said, okay. But, he said he one of those type of people that like to look at his account and look at his money. And he was looking at it all, and he got upset. Because later on, he found out that his account was flagged as fraud. And he like, wait. He said, I haven't even received the damn ATM card. How is it fraud? He said, all I was doing was depositing money into the account. And he was like, I just want to be honest. They tried to steal my money. He had to go through all of this stuff in order for them to actually take, you know, the fraud thing off. He said once they took it off, he said he rode up there and he took his money and he closed that account. And I'm going to tell you something. You got to watch these banks. These banks are slick. They try to hit you with that fraud shit. And, you know, you be like, damn it, I opened the account up in the damn bank. How is it fraud? You know, this is why I tell you pay attention. Some accounts, some of these banks done froze accounts like I told you before. And people thinking, oh man, see, that's just, you know, human error or something like that. No. The thing is, with a lot of this shit, they think you won't fight. They think you won't fight for your damn money. You're a damn fool if you don't fight for your money. Because see, these people are not your friends. They're out here trying to take your shit. And see, that's the thing that I've been looking at. Dude, I'm going to tell you, I am not here to be anybody's scapegoat, anybody's friend. This is all about what you could do, man. Stop being a fool. Stop trying to worry about these countries and these companies and all these other people, man. They don't care about us. At the end of the day, they'll take every penny we got and say F all of us, man. Like I tell you, I've been looking at the situation for so long. It's all a stage. Look at the Super Bowl. That shit is one of the biggest scams there is. The Super Bowl is meant to put on a show. I remember a while back, someone sued the NFL over NFL games. And they were like, it's entertainment. It's not anything else. They're to put on the best show they can. And that's all that's about. Man, you better make this shit make sense. Man. But to later, fam, we going to do more videos. I just been under the weather. Shit has really been going on, man. Your brother been kind of ill a little bit and, you know, just trying to work on stuff, man. But to later, peace out.